welcome to EarthenLaberintoPodcast. I'm Gabriella. I am a knitter and crafter here in Central Virginia, and this is episode 6. So go ahead and get comfortable, grab a beverage maybe, or a snack, or another project, or just sit and relax with me as I share a little bit of what I've been up to. I guess I'll just go right into it. It's been a pretty hectic time. I think the last time I spoke on here, I was doing a test knit, and then I always had like the intentions of coming back on and sort of sharing everything, but it was like one thing after another, like, and then I would just get really busy or get really involved in something, and I mean, the intentions were always there, but sometimes it never really went through for whatever reason. So here I am, November, last day in November. And finally I was like, you know what, just do this. Let's just go. And so here I am. Oh yeah, what am I wearing? I am wearing at least one item, well, technically two because it's a pair, of something that I've knit and I've shown before, and it is my Into the Woods socks. They are a pattern by Melody Hoffman, and I knit the main color in a 6 and 7 Fiber Co yarn called Swan Song. Oh, it's so beautiful. It has these little flecks of black and even like blue. It was so beautiful. So I chose that, and then the contrasting color is a Jamieson and Smith, I believe it was moss green. And so that's the only thing I'm wearing right now that I knit, or like that I know a person knit, because I believe this is machine. But this was a gift from my sister, so I like it. I wear it. So, and I'm actually have been thinking about recreating this sort of design because it is really comfortable. It's just a cardigan. But yeah, my oldest sister, she got it for me. So thank you, Raquel. um, Back on track. Finished items. Okay, so last time I spoke to you guys, I was knitting bar socks. Now that is a pattern by Fiber Tales, and I was using my own hand spun BFL, and I had one sock done. So you can see it is a beautiful pattern. It's kind of hard to tell, but this is all right here. You sort of embroider that on after you do a ribbing. Then you go down to here. You kind of do like the spots where the main flowers are going to be at. And then you embroider like the petals on it. And then this beautiful heel pattern. It's kind of hard to tell because when I make socks, I really wear them a lot because they're so cozy. And my goal is to slowly phase out all of my commercially bought socks and just fill it with a bunch of hand knit socks that I've done myself. And these are really special because not only does it give me super cozy, lovely feeling when I see it and when I feel it and when I have it on, but I also used a fleece that I bought for myself for my birthday. I think it was like, geez, I don't know, 2-3 years ago. So super special. And when I saw the pattern, I was like, yes, this is the pattern for this beautiful fleece. And just to prove it, there it is, the other sock. I finished it. Now these are so warm. I mean, because of the extra like embroidery, super, super, super warm. I have definitely slipped these on while I was in the house just to get a little extra toastiness. Or whenever I go outside in the morning to go feed my chickens, just whenever it's like really cold and windy. Perfect. Perfect. Love the pattern. Love all her patterns. They're all so very whimsical. They always give me cozy, earthy, homey vibes, like everything that, I want to achieve that zenness, so love her patterns. Um, Another thing that I was working on last time, which I have finished now and I can share, was a test knit actually that I was involved in by Curio Stitches, and it was called the Oracle Crop. And she is gorgeous. Look at this beauty. So it is a like really crop. It fits like, I would say 3 inches below your bust. It actually does fall pretty short, but it's perfect over like a layering piece. And these sleeves, beautiful. I used a Plotalope in Black Heather and held it single. I did test it doing it double, but I just didn't like how stiff the fabric turned out to be, and I wanted it to be very drapey and easy to layer, something that I wouldn't like have to like peel off of me because, it suddenly got really hot inside or something. So I've really enjoyed it. It was a really relaxed sort of test knit. Curio Stitches, she really was very flexible with everything, and I know she had a couple things going on as well, so she was very easy to work with, and I had a lot of fun knitting with the other test knitters and just taking photos and all that fun stuff of test knitting. But I believe that is already out, so look it up. Oracle Crop, gorgeous. And for whatever reason, this year has been like the year of test knitting. I've really dove in there because I have another test knit that I actually joined, and that is the Runa sock. And that is by Melody by B Mandarins. And I finished that up, and it is so beautiful. Look at that detail. It's so cute. I love it. It's kind of hard to like look at socks when they're all flat like that, but I mean, again, more of that embroidery and like this color work. These are like these little baubles. They're not like your typical baubles either, so they're really fun. Um, so I knit the main color in Sheep Graffiti Eggplant, and then the contrasting color is Lavender Loon um, Fiber in Christmas Farm. Yes, Christmas Tree. Sorry, Christmas Tree Farm. And that I think was a yarn like sock combo thing that she did like 2 years ago, I want to say. But it turned out so cute. Look at the little heel. And I mean, this really stretchy, nice bind off, cute little, I mean, you start at cuff first and then you go down. So, and really cute little toe closure. I love it. It was very adorable. I just can't stop staring at it because just the pop of colors. And then it also has like a little bit of glitter, like tinsel in it. Stellina, something. Gorgeous. I love it. I love it all, really. um, Sometimes, it's a little difficult, especially whenever you're doing certain patterns and you're stuck going around and around. It's just nothing but knitting. But it's nice to see those little color pops because that really does motivate. That motivates me to just want to hurry up, get the other one done so I can wear it and feel all cozy and cute. And the last thing, oh no, not the last thing, but before I tell you the next one, I also did a crochet shrimp for my sister, but I already mailed that off to her, so I don't really have any photos. Maybe I can ask her to give me a photo and I can share it. But yeah, she wanted a support shrimp, so I went ahead and I crocheted her one. Um, so yeah, I did do crochet so far. A couple little projects here and there. And my last test knit that I have finished and I am in love with as well is the lovely, and this isn't out yet, I don't think, but she has given us permission to share. So this is also by the lovely Bee Mandarin's Melody, and this is, I believe it's called Through Shadows. The Through Shadows crop. This is like a crop sweater. So here's the cuff. It's like this much of ribbing. This was a really fun knit for me. I signed up for the test knit, and then I was like, you know what? I've got to do something really special for this because it was, I mean, look at the detail. Beautiful, right? The color work is so cute. So I went ahead and I was like, yeah, I'm just going to hand spin some yarn just for this. And I did do it, but I mean, it kind of set me back a little bit from like in my head of where I wanted to be at whatever certain specific times. But I finished before it was even due to be done. So yay. But this right here, I did not do. Like I did not hand spin this. This is, oh shoot, I don't remember where I got this from. I bought the yarn from the Woolly Thistle, but I can't remember. I think it's a Rama. But yeah, the rest is a Wensleydale Gotland yarn that I spun up, and the fleeces, they were like partial fleeces that I did, were so gorgeous, and I had to put them together because I wanted to actually have something that I could wear and really feel the rusticness, the softness. I'm actually a very big fan of, woolly yarns with their, I guess some people like think of it as like kind of scratchy-ish, but to me it's not scratchy at all. It's really soft. I just like that rustic feel. I like the texture of it, and it's very pleasing to me. So, yeah, it's a very comfortable crop. It is a, I did have to add like, I think it was like 3 inches, 4 inches extra to what she had originally posted for like how the length is. I believe she wanted it from like from the cast on in the center to the bottom for that to be like 12 inches. I think mine ended up being 16, which is fine with me because I wanted it a little bit longer. And so it's very fun to put on and wear like high-waisted jeans, or put on my skirt, my green skirt, Tallulah skirt, and just put this over top with like another, maybe like Persia people top underneath, and then put this one on top. I mean, layering is key here because it's starting to get really cold out, and whenever you go from like outside freezing to like inside where it's very comfortable, then you gotta like, I don't want to have to like go back to my room and try to find something else to wear. I just want to like toss something off, toss something on, in and out, you know what I mean? So love layering pieces. They're awesome sauce. My final finished slash work in progress is, of course, the never ending Beekeeper's Quilt by Tiny Owl Knits. And this time I used a thrifted yarn that I found. It's from the Yarn Over New York in the colorway Times Square. And it is like a 5 mini set. So there's one. Very cute. Not really my kind of color. I'm not like a real pinky kind of person, but I thought it was cute. I mean, I like pinks, but not like a solid pink. I like pops of it in there. Like this one is the other one. I like that. I would wear like a whole piece of something like this. And then there was this one. I don't know if you can. Yeah, cute. And this really cute little red one. Another color that isn't super me, but like this, it's nice. I like every now and then to step out of my comfort zone and work with things. Oops, you don't need to see bits of my hair, which attaches to everything. Really cool. I had never heard of this yarn before. I looked them up, obviously, and she has some really good yarn. I liked it. I'll probably need to like dive a little deeper in there. I've been kind of like wanting more of my own sort of hand spun or some rustic non-superwash yarns. Now there are exceptions. I have, of course, joined in wanting and ordering another like holiday set from Lamb Strings because I love her yarn, and I went with Krampus again. Krampus. Super excited for that colorway. That should be coming in pretty soon, actually, so I'm super stoked for that. Another work in progress that I have barely even touched, really, is my Scottish Fleet Gansey. But I did split for the sleeves and started work on the front already. So there is some progress. Not much, but there is some. Now that's going to change now that I have other stuff. I'm sorry, my hair keeps getting in the way. Well, not in the way, but like annoying me. So, anyways, yes, I am enjoying seeing the little pop of pattern. Like I said, whenever you're just knitting, and you're on such tiny little itty bitty needles, this is a US2. Look how it does get tedious and like ouch after a while, but I mean, once you start getting into like these textures and these different stitches, that's when I start feeling more motivated to like really work on it. Now, before I was doing all of these test knits and stuff, which I mean, they catch my eye. I can't help but want to try, and then I get really excited, and then I go all up in it and just full throttle into that, letting a few things go. But now that that's finished and I'm happy with it, I'm coming back to this because this is actually a gift that I want to have completed for my husband. And he chose out the color, which is a Jameson and Smith 2-ply jumper cone in colorway 36. I got this last year at the Woolly Thistle Black Friday special. This year I did not get any yarn for no Black Friday special, unfortunately. But hopefully I will find some more lovely yarns other than Black Friday specials. I don't mind spending a little extra for what I really want to knit. So, or yarns I haven't tried yet, colorways that just sort of like resonate with me, and I really want to try it. So that is on the needles, and it will be picked up more. Mark my words. I will finish this. I must finish this. Another thing I've been working on is, I have it in this bag. It is another My Secret Little Crop by Jessie Maid Designs. And this is in Madeline Tosh Vintage in colorway Grace Notes. So that's going to be really fun. The first one that I have made, I loved it so much. I use it so much. So I was like, you know what? I need to make another one before I, overwork. Well, I like options. And this is very similar to the one that I already have, like the specklediness. So that's in the works. And my last work in progress, I gotta find it. Oh, there it is. I have all my stuff kind of spread out over here. Now this one, I don't know really how to pronounce it. I think it's a Pisu top by Ginkgo Bee. It is Pisu. If I am not pronouncing that correctly, someone please help. I am in the very beginnings of this top, and this is in a lambstring yarn. I am enjoying it though. This and my secret little crop I had started before I had even gotten into the test knits. So of course this and that went to sleep for a little while, and now that I'm done with my test knitting and everything else, I'm going to go ahead and work. Gotta plan this out. I'm gonna first finish the jumper for my husband and work on these guys whenever I get a few moments here and there. Because, I don't know if anybody else does this, but sometimes whenever you're working on like a big project, like a sweater or something, you have these other little projects as well, just to sort of like mix it up every now and then. Or whenever you need a break from like a certain pattern, you need another pattern to sort of like refresh you a little bit. So these are my refreshers because of the color and the textures, and I love knitting, so yay. And so that's my last work in progress, and I would like to make a hat this December for myself and maybe one for my neighbor. So that will be in the works. Other than that, I have been spinning a lot, obviously, because like for the top, for the Through Shadows top, I spun all of that. And other than that, I've also had like commissions where I was, like a contract with someone where I would spin part of their fleece and then like give that to them, and then I'll keep the other part. And so I've been spinning a lot. Like this, which is an Icelandic, which I spun up and swatched because I had a pattern that I was trying out and it did not work for that specific pattern, but I have an idea for this. Mark me. And then this is another Icelandic. I've been working a lot with Icelandic lately. I really love Icelandic wool. It's a lot of fun. And then this one was another Wensleydale. I love how squishy it is. Very squishy. So those are my spinning projects that I have. The rest I already shipped out to their respective shepherds and shepherdesses. And then other than that, I have actually started sewing. I have gotten the sewing bug, yes. So my first sort of projects that I've done have been like these little tiny little bags. They were like little Halloweeny bags. And also this cute little scrunchie that I made for myself. The little ghosty scrunchie. And then I said, okay, little bags, check. Scrunchie, check. I can totally do a bigger bag, right? Well, I tried. And here it is. It's a little boxy bag. Yeah, see, so zippity zip. Open it up. And inside, I went ahead and sewed like these little like elastics to like hold my tinctures and such. And then on this side I put like my projects or whatever I want. The other day I was using it as like my watercolor holding area with my little travel watercolor pad. But right now it's holding my tinctures, and it was holding the my secret little crop project as well. So that is my finished sewing project, along with one ongoing project, and it is my first quilt. First quilt I've ever made. And the only reason why it isn't finished, I mean, it's not perfect in any terms, but I love it. I'm so proud of it. I cut all these little squares and sewed them all together and yada yada yada, and there you go. I got myself a quilt. I love this pattern over here that I have for the backing. It's so cute. So I found this. Excuse me. Let me get a little sippage. It's a turmeric tea with some honey for my little bees. Yeah, so I found a local quilt shop called Bobbins and Bolts, and so that's where I got this fabric from right here. Wonderful ladies. They are so helpful, super friendly. I mean, when I got in there, I was like deer in the headlights because I did not know really much at all about sewing. I have this like Singer sewing machine that doesn't even have a reverse, and but here I am trying to sew, and they really helped me out a lot. So very thankful for them. I only need to finish this by tacking down a few areas, and the plan is to do like, every so often. Been doing this like embroidery little flower star thing, and I've only done like, where is it? Like 2 rows, and then I was like, I'm done though. So this is gonna be like an ongoing project for me too, where you just sit there and sort of hand embroider it. I kind of like projects like that because I can enjoy it. It's more of like a lap quilt. It's not big enough to be anything other than that, unfortunately. I was hoping for something bigger, but since it was my first quilt, I didn't really plan that out to be much larger. I just worked with what I had. I am a self sort of like YouTube taught slash TikTok inspired slash talking to people as well. Like I just sort of am very eclectic, and if I see something, I'm like, dude, I could probably try to make this, and that's the sewing I've done. I mean, I've also made like some shorts and some like little harem pants, and there's a lot of like mistakes in them and not perfect at all, but I am loving the whole process. So sewing has been so much fun. I didn't expect to enjoy it so much. The first time I tried sewing, I tried to make a hot pad like for like an oven mitt, and that did not work out very nicely, and I was like, I don't like this. And then like put it away. I didn't think about it until like this year, and then I took out my sewing machine again, dusted it off a bit, and just tried my hand at it again, and found out that I wasn't doing it right the first time. I was like shoving the fabric in, and that's so not how you're supposed to do it. And now I'm just really enjoying the whole learning process and the crafting and everything. I am so here for some sewing, and I would love to get even like better at it and hone my skill a little bit better. I have my eye on this beautiful wrap like skirt, like really long skirt. And it seems very straightforward. So I think that might be my next project. If not another quilt, because you can always use another quilt. That's for sure. um, but yeah, and then something amazing happened is that like my mother-in-law gifted me a Kenmore 30 stitch sewing machine. This thing is amazing. It runs really quiet. I got some like wool in my hair. I mean, wool in my hair, wool in my lip. It runs really quietly and fast, and it is just very smooth. When I first got it, it was like had a little bit of a problem, like it wouldn't reverse, but I took it apart. Saw a video on how to do that. Took it apart, blew out all the dust out of it, oiled it up really good, and like did a lot of finagling. It took me like 2-3 days, and bam, as soon as I was done with that, this thing works like a dream. It is amazing. It's like I feel like I was like so far behind in skill with the other one, and this time I could really sew some good stuff now. I'm super amped to get it to work for next projects. And then my neighbor actually gifted me, when they saw me cleaning this one out, they gifted me their old sewing machine from Germany when they were stationed over there. Apparently, she did not like sewing at all either, and was like, never touched it ever again. So when she saw me cleaning mine out, she was like, yes, take this. And it is a Singer 5528, and it also had a hard time running, but since I saw the video for the first one, it got me in the groove of wanting to like fix this one up, and now that one works like a dream too. Not as quiet as my Kenmore, but it works really well, a lot better than my other Singer. So I'm keeping it so that my children, when we homeschool and stuff like that, I can have them working with that one while I work on my Kenmore for my other projects. So it's actually going to work out just fine. And my son did actually use the old Singer before all this happened, before I got gifted this blessings. He made his first pillowcase and he loves it. Has a bunch of little black cats on it, and that's his favorite because he has a black cat. Her name is Gita, and so he chose the fabric himself and sewed the majority of it on his own. I just sort of guided him here and there, but he did an amazing job. Yes, mistakes, but come on, we all make mistakes, and it is beautiful. And I'm so proud of him, and he was so proud of himself, which really, made me feel so good. um, but yes, now other than sewing, and here I am. See, I'm so cozy with it. I love it. Other than that, I have been painting a lot with watercolors. It's one of my really like hobbies that I really love doing. So this year, of course, I'm like totally going to be painting some watercolor Christmas cards this year to give to my family and very few friends, unfortunately for me. But I mean, we have people in our lives for a reason, right? I mean, they come and they go, and we're all, I don't know. I don't have too many friends, but the ones that I do have, I'm very thankful for them, and yay, thank you for being my friend. And you might get one of these. You most likely will get one of these. This is one that I painted recently. This is cinnamon with an orange slice with some spruce foliage. There's another one that I've done, and it is those really old-timey Christmas lights. Really gives me all the Christmassy feels. And the other one I'm going to show for now, because I have a couple other ones, but just want to show a couple, is a little Christmas wreath. But yeah, so lots of watercoloring, lots of, sorry, like fuzz everywhere. Lots of sewing and knitting, and other than that, my garden's been slowing down because it's getting colder, but it still has been giving me so much abundance with leafy greens and herbs. A lot of my herbs are still doing really well, and carrots, and now I have some beets that are starting to get a little height to them, and Swiss chard's still going really strong. So yeah, leafy greens are great. I mean, they love it, and like salad stuff, it's all good to go. My garlic is already poking through the soil, so that makes me really happy because I love garlic. I use garlic a lot. Homeschooling's been going all right. I mean, well, good as it's good. I mean, it's not what I imagine would be like the best, but I feel like we all sort of, doubt ourselves from time to time. But I've found recently that I'm just going to like let that doubt go and just go with the flow and not pressure myself or my children, and make it like a not really great experience for either of us. So that's been going pretty good. And before I take off, I wanted to show you something pretty cool. This, all right, so when I harvest honey from my bees, I like to give them back the combs, and that way they can clean it up and take any residual honey for themselves. So this is a comb that they did themselves, and they just sucked all the excess honey off of it. It looks like a little, I love the hexagons. It's so beautiful. And then another awesome thing is I had a bucket of honey that all I did was lightly strain it, because I love to have all of the, you know, bits and stuff in there. Well, not like parts, but I mean, like, like a little bit of wax, a little bit of pollen, a little, I like it to be as natural as it can be. Well, anyway, so I had the rest of this bucket of honey, and I had already gotten out what I wanted to get out of it. There was still some like left on the inside, so I took it outside, let the bees clean it up, and this is what they left me with. How cool is that? They're like little granules. It's so amazing. Those little bees, they're so like useful. They are amazing. Huge, huge fan of bees. And they give you delicious honey, and they pollinate all of your plants, and they are so important. But yeah, I thought that was really cool. So that's all I have for now. But yeah, I am still here, and I really hope to see you all again very soon. And thank you so much for hanging out with me, and have a fabulous December. And I hope November treated you all very well. Till I see you again. Bye.